Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Herald cast. I'm ODPixel. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And we are here with another hot replay that's been sent in. Shout out to Black Knight 12 to see what's going on. And of course, we are getting as well towards the end of the patch. Should hopefully, as according to the dates, come out tomorrow. I just want to say, when it does come out, you can bet yourselves that I'm going to be pumping out fresh, new patch, new Herald replays and casts as soon as that patch is out. So look forward to that. And savor these last potential, maybe the last game, or we'll see if there's one tomorrow, of this current patch. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a look what we've got today on both sides. Over on the Dire, we have a Wraith King, a Witch Doctor, a Lion, a Shadow Fiend, and a Blood Seeker. Over on the Radiant, we have Rubik, Weaver, and a Zeus, and a Void, and a Tide. Right, let's see what we got on these starting items and see if there's anything a little suspect. What's happening here? Bit of a battle for the rune. Void at the moment doesn't have any items. He has got Time Walk though, so he's going to be okay here when they try and go on him. See Lion and Witch Doctor try and go for the Zeus a little bit. They're not going to be able to do so. Looks like it's going to be 2 for... Oh, no. Yeah, 2 for 2 on the bounty runes. Tide coming all the way over here to get this one. He might be in trouble. He's got the level 1 Kraken shell. Oh, Void's come over to help out here. Void being the bro. Well, I say that. Tide's just gone back in. Oh, he sees the chance for a first blood. Oh, he's so close to getting it. Oh, Void's able to do it. It works out kind of in the end for the Radiant there as Void jumps back in, gets the first blood. They do lose the Tide, but Void's going to be happy. And Void's here sitting on 1,000 gold. He's got a lot of money to start this game on. Let's hope that he does spend it. But yeah, he's got 1,000 gold straight up cash here at 30 seconds in. Lane setup is going to be Void with the Rubik buying the double nulls, full stats. Sorry, he's going top because I think this is maybe an off-lane Rubik? I don't think so. I'm sure the Tide's going to have something to say about that. But going for the double null rush on Rubik. So yeah, we'll see what Void does with his lack of items, but abundance of money. He's going to be supported by a support Zeus here with the Brown Boots and Clarity. Now he gets an off-lane Wraith King and a support Witch Doctor. Mid lane is a mid Weaver against the mid Shadow Fiend. And top lane... Yeah, Rubik, I imagine, is going to be supporting this Tide. Tide also starting off with no regen. There is 0 regen right now on this top lane. 2 gauntlets and an orb of venom, and a bit of circlet and mantle action here and there for Rubik. Let's see what Bloodseeker has in turn. He's got the boots first. Does have himself a little bit of regen, and as we can see, Lion's got the ring of regen. So they can make some moves around the Blood Right, but Tide's playing it safe. See if as Void spends his money, he has. He's going to have a juicy courier coming out here. Oh, okay, not that juicy at all. He just went for the straight lifesteal. Straight mask rush. I mean, we'll see if that's going to be enough to keep him safe in this lane. I mean, honestly, it might not be that bad. Zeus, he's definitely dead here. Maledict and the Bounce the Cask, along with a crit from the Wraith King. He hasn't got any regen either, so this man is dead. Void's going to be left on their own. See top. Who's going to have the better kill potential? Did take the Kraken shell level 1, but he's got a point in Gush. Looks like he just want to be quite aggressive. And see, actually, the Rubik taking a point in the passive and with the Fade Bolt to start off with his first 2 levels. Oh, apologies, Void. Well, let's say we're not really surprised. He did only have the Morbid Mask. Looks like they found the chance to get in and take him down. Didn't even need the Maledict by the looks of it either. So, wow, rough times on the bottom lane already for Radiant. Lion. They've got Gush. Get in there, Tide. You want to do it? I just want to do it. Rubik doesn't want to do it, in fact. Rubik, in fact, pinging onto the Tide. Really wanting to make sure that the Tide comes back and focuses on hitting the creeps. Yeah, bottom. See how well he continues to get on with this lifesteal alone. Zeus does at least have a salve, so if things get a little too rough for the Void, he'll be able to pass that over. Looks like top lane, Bloodseeker opted for the trip back to base. Even though having a points in the ability to heal up and having tangos, he just wanted to get his mana back. Lion's not going to be too upset. We've seen a lot of Lions pop off here in the Herald bracket. We know that when people pick this Lion hero, they are waiting for these moments in which they can start to build up the gold to get an Aghanim. How's the CS looking, Void? 3 CS at the moment. He's having one of the rougher times in the lane. Well, I said actually Tide is not having any CS. Maybe they've agreed to this, that Rubik would be the one that's going to farm in this lane. Whether they agreed to it or not, Rubik is farming much better than the Tide. Tide is going to get chased out. Oh, Rubik, he might be able to get some kills out of this. He does. He gets the Lion. Lion won't be able to finish off the Tide. Tide's fine. I mean, yeah, Rubik, he's the offlaner. He really is. 9 for 2 against the 3 for 0. See if Tide has anything to say about that. I mean, Tide has got a soul ring. But again, no regen. So he's going to have to walk all the way back to base. Rubik's going to enjoy having this lane to themselves. Mid, how's the CS looking? 10 for 0. 18 for 2. SF having the better time. Can't really say that I'm too surprised. And he's actually also taking points in the, maxing out the Necro Mastery. Not going for the Raze build. So he wants to be a right clicker. And we see that with the build up as well. He's got Treads into Shadowblade into Desolator queued up. His first 3 major items already planned out. And something a little different. We see pretty much Yule's SF. Right click SF can be a thing. But not necessarily with the Shadowblade and Desolator as the 2 items. It's going to be rather squishy. And they do have ways to find him through the invis, of course, if Zeus is on point with a good Thunderbolt or 2. Okay, how's the farm doing down here? Void. It's a slow start for Void. Tough start for the man. He's having to walk back to base. Despite having the lifesteal. Still doesn't want to spend his money either. See if he picks himself up something before TPing back out to the lane. Looks like Weaver's pinging. Not quite sure what Weaver's pinging for. Maybe not too happy that the Void's spending so much time out of the lane. Apologies, top lane. It's another kill for the Rubik. All right. Good news continues for the Rubik. Tide continues to chill up there. Void, he's got the full Mask of Madness. He pops it. He wants to try and fight the 2 of them. Well, I mean, he takes quite a bit of damage in return. But the straight Mask of Madness, one of the quickest Mask of Madnesses you'll see. 5 minutes in, having that completed. Still, of course, doesn't mean that he's safe in the lane. They very much can kill this Void. Maledict, a stun and a crit will hurt. He's already used the Time Walk as well. So, again, he's going to take quite a beating. Level 2 Maledict. Yeah, this lane's only going to get harder and harder for the Faceless Void. Mid lane, hit the 6s. So, Weaver should not be at too much of a threat in this matchup against the SF. As long as he's careful about the Raze damage stacking up, sometimes that can catch you off guard. But with the build and the fact that the Razes are only level 1, it's never going to be that much of an incredible burst. Top lane, Rubik, backed off, grabs themselves the bounty runes. Now they're ready to get back in and join forces with the Tide. Yeah, we're interested to see what the Tide's able to achieve. I don't think Tide support any MMR is an easy way to play the hero. But we'll see what our man can achieve. And what Rubik can do with the power and gold that he's going to be able to pick up from having the priority in this lane. Mid lane, sorry, missed the kill. Razes come in. Weaver wasn't ready for them. Myers on top. A little on the mana, so Bloodseeker's not really able to set up any follow-up after the impales from Lion at this stage. Void, again, really struggling to approach the lane. Time to sit back. You can see Wraith King getting the better share out of this area. And he's got the Time Walk, so he should be fine. And in fact, dodges the Maledict as well. Good job. Void is having to play very, very careful in this lane. Wraith going in for this. I mean, again, he's so low. Of course, Bloodseeker will very much appreciate that. Rotation from the SF coming in up top. With level 1 Razes, it's hard to get a kill. We actually have a bit of a pause coming in from Lion. Let's hope it's not a BM1 towards his teammate, who, of course, just came in for an unsuccessful gank. Looks like the SF's feeling confident and happy with themselves. They didn't get a kill, but they know it's fine. They were already doing very well in the mid lane. They'll go back to base, get their mana up. Bottom lane, it is another trip back to the base by foot for Faceless Void, as he continues to just not feel safe enough to stay in the lane. He's playing smart and he's playing safe, so I can appreciate that. But of course, his itemization not really suiting him best to just being able to stay out on the map as much as possible. And will lead to the fact that Radiant's carry is going to be rather unfarmed coming out of the early game. Well, nearly level 6 on Rubik. Check out the moves that he's able to make. And just with the solo XP he's been getting, hits it well before that of the Lion and the Bloodseeker. So, with the mana boots, he'll be able to spam this lane pretty nicely. Both heroes with extra AoE clear for the Rubik to push the wave out nicely. Oh, bottom lane, Void, he's come back. But he's so low, and in fact, he might just be dead. Oh, it hurts. It's a hard game for the Void. It's a very hard game for him.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We'll see if he can. Again, we have seen in the Herald bracket, there are a lot of players that really struggle in the laning stage, but when it comes to the team fight and the spell usage, they make up for it. So there's time for recovery for this Void. There really is. But again, he's not going to be scared off. He's going to make his way straight back down to that bottom lane. Does mean that Zeus is picking up some good solo XP, is going to be able to hit level 6 at a good time, has the arcane boots, so likely that he should be able to maintain enough mana to pop the Thunder God's Wrath if there is action going down elsewhere. Weaver's build, straight for the Maelstrom, and SF, as we saw earlier, going for the Shadow Blade, so we can look to make some plays around the Requiem if possible. Our Void has returned. There's a long walk, and the walk void of gold and XP for this man. But he's... Oh, no. Oh, no, he's just got here. Don't... Oh, I tell you what, it's a good job that the Death Ward did not come out. I think a bit of mercy there. I mean, I guess he knows it can be cancelled by the Zeus. But if he laid down that Death Ward, I think our Void, as soon as he come back to the lane, might have been sent back to the base once more. A little bit of mercy from the Witch Doctor. Maybe in the sense that the Witch Doctor's like, dude, you're not even worth it right now. My only target is the Zeus. He's the one getting the most out of this lane. And they will be ready to dive the Zeus. Level 6, of course, also on the Wraith King. So it'll have that second life to play with. Oh! I mean, it worked. It worked. There you have it. Support Tide doing his job. Catches the Lion on just the tip of the Ravage. And they'll set the kill up for his core, for his offlane Rubik. That's a good... Not a lot of people will go for those Ravages. Some people would be like, oh, he's too far away. Oh, I'm not going to catch him. No hesitation from Tide. Tide just slams down the ult. Boom. Knows that he's going to be able to catch him as Lion unsuccessfully tries to run away from the reach of that ult. Mid lane CS. Ooh, that's a big old number. 58. 59. This SF is going to be pretty huge. The movements with the Shadow Blade are going to be very, very scary. And this tier 1 tower, he's pummeling it down. They can't keep him off. 11 minutes in, tier 1 tower taken. This mid lane well and truly won by the Shadow Fiend. Bottom lane, Void. I mean, once he hits the 6, maybe they can get something going. We've got 3 heroes down here now on Dire. Lion's turned up with a finger ready to pop. From Zeus. Easy kill on the Witch Doctor. Burst him down with the ultimate. We'll get the information if they're whereabouts. So Void's going to know that there's these heroes hanging around. And he's going to ideally get away from this whole area. He gets caught by one of these stuns. They will blow him up in the combo. SF stepping over. Void. He'll be okay. He'll be fine. He has picked up a Wraith Band on top of the Mask of Madness. But still many places for him to catch up this game. Zeus. So we'll check the net worth. How's Zeus doing in comparison? He's still actually at the bottom. So I guess even though Void was leaving the lane, it wasn't like Zeus was really CSing. I thought he'd be a little bit higher with the fact that he's got so much solo action down bottom, but it doesn't seem to be the case. He's actually still the lowest net worth. Not a great sign for Radiant, I would say, because he's pretty much been the hero that's had that solo lane down bottom during this laning stage with the amount of trips that Void's made back to the base. What? See if Weaver can go for this solo. Oh! Alright, I mean, it's going to keep the Witch Doctor alive for now. And, in fact, oh, he nearly kills the Weaver. And Weaver will live. A close effort there from the Witch Doctor to try and find that trade. Chronosphere. Oh, okay, here we go. Void's ready for the comeback. He's got himself a kill. Can he get himself out of here? Wraith King's got Wraith Fire Blast up in a few seconds. Gonna be running down the Void. Another stun from the Rubik. Oh, in fact, Void turns around to give him a bit of a tickle, but the crits come in. Void's life will be taken. Rubik. He's next on the menu here. Skeletons are summoned. With no stun available, there's no fight to be had that close towards the tier 2. Space for the Bloodseeker working on the Blade Mail after the phase boots. And maybe they could try and get the Wraith King. As the rest of the team is sort of bailed out. Oh, he tries to TP, but they got the damage. And I dare say I think they're going to be ready for another round. Oh, Bug's a little slow there. And a little off the mark with... Yeah, okay, never mind. He's going to be able to walk away. The catch... Oh, no, he's going back in. Oh, he's feeling empowered here by the fact that the backups come in, but the Ravage is there onto the three of them. Again, excellent Ravage from Tide. Will stop them from being able to turn around and go for a play here, Dire. Still haven't quite found that Wraith King, though. He's so low, and he's able to walk away. So as great as the Ravage was in terms of heroes that it hit, they weren't actually able to kill anyone. And Wraith King does survive. He'll be able to stay alive in the game and keep on farming, get that armlet done. Team sticking together. Void still lacking the boots, but looks like this is a man with bigger items on his mind. 1,400 gold after Mask of Madness. Oh. Okay, it's a good job. Oh, Death Ward was available again. Witch Doctor's got to believe in themselves a little bit more with the Death Ward. Actually, maybe it doesn't matter. There we go. Now we'll lay it down. Setups there from the line. Death Ward and a finger. He's dead, but oh, look who... Oh, that's a nice steal. Oh, it wasn't enough damage, though. Nice steal, but not quite enough on the numbers to take down the Witch Doctor as Rubik throws the finger back out at Dire. Back to the jungle for Tide. He's gone for the phase boots himself after the Soul Ring. Will rupture onto Rubik. And that's very, very dead. Shadowblade hit comes in from the SF. It's enough. Tide will have a look towards them, but with the three heroes here, it's not a fight that Tide wants to be taking. Back he goes. Zeus has headed up towards the top. Weaver, Maelstrom's complete, going for that Lincoln Sphere next to make it a little harder for these single target stuns to come in. And there is a lot, so very valuable route of Lincoln's game. Oh, what's he want to do here? Oh, he's going to opt to push them apart. I mean, oh, he's off with the razors, though. He ain't getting the kill. He'll get a courier. The rest of his team struggling a little bit, SF, as Radiant, they're running them down. Maelstrom proc is there, but it's still not enough damage. The Cask and the Maledict, though. Witch Doctor turning it around as he holds back the Tide and the Weaver. Rubik trying to get some sort of kill out of this, but Radiant, they're falling one by one. Bloodseeker does die, but they've lost 3. They've lost 4. SF was able to find the Void over to the side, and Rubik, he's also gone. As Dire team wipe the Radiant. Big moves from the Dire. Radiant, they're struggling to pull a team fight together. Looks like Chrono was actually dropped as well. It didn't save his life. Still ends up dying to the Shadow Fiend. I'd say, yeah, tough early game for Radiant here. And Shadow Fiend is popping off big time. 7,600 net worth. Desolator is nearly done on top of the Shadow Blade. It's going to be hard to take this man down. I mean, he's still squishy at least. You know, you go for this sort of build, the right clicks, they destroy you. But if they can get him with a Ravage or a Chronosphere, he'll still die pretty easily. They've got good damage to throw into the Chrono, having a core Rubik with some very good spells to steal, and having the Zeus with the high burst of the Thunder God's Wrath and the Lightning Bolts. Wraith King's got his armlet. He's not quite as easy as the SF to deal with in terms of killing quickly. So got his ult up once more. See mid, Weaver. Nice to start some action. Actually going quite glass cannon himself. Maelstrom into Diffusal Blade. Whoa, rep. Oh no. Unfortunately for him, he got debated by an illusion. I'm not quite sure. It was somewhat. There was an illusion there in the mid. I mean, we've seen how trigger happy the Tide's been on the Ravages this time. Just a little too trigger happy. As an illusion certainly gets it, but none of the real heroes do. Dire's perfectly fine, nowhere near. Still though, looks like Radiant, they want to try and push. They might not have the Ravage, and they might not have the best tower hitters. But they're grouped up, 4 of them around the mid lane. It is hard for them to take objectives. They don't really have the tools or heroes to do it this stage of the game. Top lane, SF getting full space here. Desolate is complete and on its way out. How's Wraith King's farm doing? Going for the Blink Dagger after the armlet. Make sure you can get over towards the squishy heroes like the Zeus. They try and run him down. Hasn't quite switched the armlet on yet, and Zeus is going for some jukes around the trees. We'll see over on the Dire side of the map, Tide. He's going to get a Death Ward to the face. He goes down. SF with the Shadow Blade. See if he can take a kill here. He's going to set up with the Requiem. Make sure there's no opportunity to Shikuchi or time-lapse out. Looks like Witch Doctor. A bit of all chat there, thanking the Tide for turning up in the dire triangle so they could get the kill on him. And also maybe put him off with some ward shenanigans. Mid. SF's ready for the next move. See when that's going to be. There's an item on the ground here. There's a Pupil's Gift. That's quite a nice tier 2 to find. Death Ward. All stolen Death Ward. But, oh, SF. Does he want to try for the kill? He's certainly got the damage. See ya. Zeus holding him back. A little bit of a bolt. Saving the life of the Rubik, really. Meaning that SF couldn't quite get in range for that last punch.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Still hunting. Whoa! That's a lot of damage. Oh, poor Zeus. What? Oh, my goodness. Careful. Careful. This man hits very, very hard. Very, very, very hard. He's a problem. He's a problem. He's 802.
Radiant's bottom tower
He
is
is a
under
problem.
attack.
Gonna go for the Ags build next. I said a bit of a different build, really. Shadowblade, Deso, Ags. Kind of mixing it up. Side. Oh, it's another one. Oh, and oh, interesting here. Witch Doctor trying to break the enemy team apart.
Radiant's bottom
He's promoting the idea of reporting Tide. Tide's not on his team, he's on the other side. So we've got to see if Radiant can ignore this sort of mental warfare that the Witch Doctor's trying to inflict on them. Don't, you can't let him get away with that. Don't let him pull you apart. And so far, so good. We're not seeing any all chat from the Radiant, so I think they know. They're like, Tide, bro, don't worry. Ignore that guy. We know you've got this. They're standing by his side here. They're not letting him,
bottom tower is under
be pulled away from them by the words of the Witch Doctor. At least for now. Top lane.
Radiant's bottom
Chronos had to be used. Got a little scared as the SF showed himself. Weaver is here, but with no dust, there's going to be no chance for a kill. In fact, SF just popping the Requiem, making sure that they couldn't get anything onto him. Actually, he does immediately come back out of the Shadow Blade, so Weaver could try for this. They could kill him, actually, now. He's trying to kill the Void. He will kill the Void, but Weaver's got it. That's a big kill for the Weaver to get. A very worthy trade for them there. SF feeling well. I didn't quite catch how much, what level and money he had beforehand, but that was quite a boost to the Weaver getting that solo. Oh, Death Ward. Dude, look at the range of this. This Rubik knows what he's doing. With that Ether Lens, he can slam down the Death Ward from, across the screen. And I think it's surprising some of these heroes, because suddenly they're like, I'm getting Death Warded, but there's no hero in range for me to stun. Weaver. Ruptured. Tide's there to help out. And Bloodseeker will get the kill. And it looks like he'll get out of there as well. What did we get on the steal? It was a Blood Right. Not a bad spell. Not a Rupture, but it's still a very good one. Rubik's out of there. In fact, he doesn't want to keep chasing. Tide does. And hey, with the Gush and the Thunder God's Wrath, they get the kill top. Nicely done there. Good chase from the Tide. Sets up for Radiant to get another. So they may have Shadow Fiend problems over Radiant, but we're seeing some nice little moves outside of the fact that this SF is kind of 3-shotting, 2-shotting some of their heroes. They're making their way top for the Tide. Wraith King. Blink Dagger and an Armlet. I don't know if Tide can live through this one. Fate Bolt comes out. Finger is at the ready, but still a bit high on the HP though. And Lion not able to actually get the finger off. So Tide will keep on running. He does have a stick. He's got to use it. Oh, that's a long-range finger there. I guess, yeah, he's got the Ether Lens done. Lion just reaching past the shop in the tower to put an end to the Tide Hunter's life. Stolen Razors. It's always nice. They are maxed out at this point. Of course, level 18 on the SF. Halfway on towards the Aghanims. Rubik's ready to try and start holding top. Void's getting some space down bottom. Going straight for the MKB after the treads and the Mask of Madness. So he's making sure that he has the damage. I mean, so if the Chronos are good, they will... Yeah, they've still got a very, very solid team fight on the Radiant side. It's the problem that the cores of Dire are getting very, very farmed. SF in particular. Another attempt for a move here with the Shadow Blade. Weaver's a bit of a slippery one. He has to get them with the Fear of the Ult to have a chance. This kill in the mid though, a little bit easier. Few swipes and the Zeus is gone. Doesn't even get the chance to summon out a single lightning bolt.
Dire's structures are
How
fortified.
quickly he dies here to the death. So Shadow Blade SF.
Fortified.
Bottom lane. Void has got a chrono if he feels scared. See if he might panic here. Now maybe he'll rely on the time walk. He knows it's low cooldown enough that he can keep jumping around. Even jumping in front of the Wraith King. Kind of confusing the Wraith King for a moment. Their backup's coming in for the Wraith King though. And there is Rupture available. Void could be in a lot of trouble. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. If he doesn't chrono there, he's definitely dead. He may still be dead. Oh, good juke into the trees. Waiting for the Mask of Madness to finish. He's got time walk up. Oh, he's not going to get it off in time. Oh, it was nearly perfect. I think he could have made the jump in time. But a little bit of hesitation means that Dire's able to catch up with him, get him with the cast, and Void will die. Elsewhere, Lion picked off around the river.
Dire's
Radiant, they'll say thank you for the space, Void. We're going to work on the mid tower. Time to get pushing. And this objective's a good one. See what Dire's going to have to say about this one. SF, why? Ravage. They've got the burst. They're trying. Should have tried for the TP out. Oh! Nearly kills him, but he does get out in time. Death Ward slammed down, puts an end to the life of the Tidehunter with a crit coming in. But Weaver should get some sort of cleanup. He's trying for the Witch Doctor. No, he's not got enough damage. The Vita Restoration heals him up. Thunder God's Wrath does get the kill. Weaver's still alive, watching from the side. Just 2 for 1 at the moment. He can't go back in on these two, though. Wraith King and Bloodseeker, they're beefy. And they're building up the beef here. AC's coming out for the Bloodseeker. And Wraith King, he's going to be coming out with the BKB as his next item. Once they get those two online, suddenly in these fights, it's going to be very difficult for Weaver to really do too much. Even though he's continuing to just max out the damage, going for the Desolator after Maelstrom. Mid, setups here. Oh, and easy prediction there from the SF. Knew exactly where the Weaver would want to be moving and ends up being smack bang on top of the target with Weaver backing up the stairs. They've got to shut down this SF. They've got to do something about him. Let's hope he doesn't get his hands on this double damage rune. Oh my goodness. A few hits and you're dead. They've got to throw everything onto the Shadow Fiend in these fights. He's pushing hard as well, of course. Tier 2 tower. 26 minutes in. It's early days. Tower's gone. Gonna look towards the tide. Kraken Shell only doing so much. Finally, Lion will just let it rip here with a finger. And I pushed it right up towards the base of the Radiant. If they want to stick around, Weaver's back in play, and Lion just ends up dying. Didn't keep too good of a track of his HP there as he lets himself hang around and be dealt with by the Zeus. Try for the stun. Weaver. Too slippery for the Wraith King. I mean, SF still maybe questioning if he can get back in. He knows just sort of one stun and they'll have the damage. Hey, tell you what, Diffusal Blade doing work here. He's not going to have mana for the ultimate. And the Void, here we have it. It's a big chrono. It's a big catch. That's all they need to care about killing. He's got the control. Does die for his efforts. But at this stage, I think you'll happily trade anybody's life to kill the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend dead for 80 seconds here, 27 minutes in, because it's high level. Solid kills for the Radiant. Rubik's ready to make the move straight top. Get on with the D-push. Yet to see what Zeus starts to buy into next. Hopefully it is going to be the Aghanims. And Tide. And as we saw, tanking up. Blade Mail definitely doing something. But as it comes to Blink initiation, they don't really have much of that. It's all just people from being able to get off some sort of stun from a distance. So it would be nice to see some... Oh, Rubik, sorry. He has his Blink. Okay, we do have the Blink on Rubik. So I guess Rubik, they're going to have to be the ones to set up most of the action. Weaver. He's gonna want to keep chasing this surely, but I think he's not going to have the right direction on the Witch Doctor. The lack of vision they've got up here right now. Close to his death, so 500 gold away from having Desolator on Weaver. And of course, as expected, the Aghanims for the support Lion. They love it. Oh, Lion. Lion. Oh. He's taking a bit of a snooze here. But it's a good job for him. But his Wraith King's on the job. As Wraith King says, yo, buddy, there's a hero next to you. We better kill him. And then Lion says, oh, sure. And then, boom. They get the job done. And with that, yeah, very, very close there. Well, actually, no. Yeah, he's about 1,000 gold away. It's still off the point booster and the Blade of Alacrity. Oh, no, there's Blade of Alacrity. So, yeah, 1,200 gold and Aghanims is going to be done. We are going to get Aghanims coming out. Zeus, Void, how's his progression looking? He can pretty much get that MKB complete. Chronosphere in 30 seconds. Tide's pushing in on the bottom. I think he's going to try and make a bit of a play, but on his own, Wraith King doesn't get this kill. Tide. I mean, well, he's choosing to fight this. He does have Ravage. He's going to go for the TP out. All right, just plays it to the last possible moment, and it pays off. He's able to make it out in time before the damage is done by the SF. Top lane. Lion. Can he do something spectacular here? I don't think so. Lifted up and slapped down here by the Rubik. Tower's defended. Radiant continues to hold on despite being nearly under half of the kills that the Dyers achieved. 30 to 17. 29 minutes in on the clock. Mindbreaker for Weaver. That's a fantastic. I say that. He sent... Oh, no, he's not picked it up. Oh, come on. Get that one. That's a lovely item. I know. It was under the Ancient, to be fair, so I think he missed it. He didn't notice the pop-up, and of course, with the Ancient's carcass just resting on top of it, he didn't see that there was a Mindbreaker there, which is unfortunate. Especially with the build that he's going for. The Mindbreaker adds a fair bit of damage on top of it. Here we go. Zeus has found it, so it's all good. One of them will be able to get their hands on it if they so wish. Void, yeah, MKB's done. We'll see if he himself continues to pile up the damage output, or if he feels the necessity to get some sort of defensive item. It's a very good game for the BKB. A lot of stuns and silences. So would not mind seeing the BKB coming out for the Void. It would definitely be the sensible option. Blade for Witch Doctor. He wants to go for DD. But they've got a sentry. They know, but no immediate reaction apart from just to run. Void did have the Chrono, but it looks like he just didn't want to drop it there straight up onto the SF. Maybe he wants to now. He does, but the SF's already out to the side. He's going to try and run out and go for the SF, but Witch Doctor's there to help him out. It's not the Chrono that the Void was looking for. He buys back, but there's nothing for him to do. He can't get back in on this with Chrono already used. He's got no part to play in the fight. They lose 3 heroes Radiant. And Tide has turned up and he does have Ravage. Here we go. Ravage. Void, he's back with a vengeance and he's ready to take some kills in return. They get the Witch Doctor. They take down the Wraith King the once. See if they can do it a second time. Blink off to the side, but it's still clear in vision. Dyer's coming over to help out the Wraith King with the second round, and they'll be able to help him out easily. Stun into the right click of the Deso SF. Void's back out of the game. Tide dying underneath the tier 2. Only Zeus that lives, as a bad fight just goes from bad to worse for Radiant. With a dieback from the Void. That's not going to feel good for the Radiant at all. Dyer, they're going to be smiling all the way through these fights. SF nearly level 25. As his farm continues, he's going to have the full Scardy and 1,000 gold as well. And BKB is going to be there for the next fight on Wraith King. It's going to be tough killing that man. It's going to be tough. AC, as we saw, being built upon earlier by the Bloodseeker. It's all complete. All complete. Weaver's back out. Here we have it. What's the plan, Weaver? Much as the damage they do, I still don't know if they can really afford to go against the Cessa. Don't stand near the Requiem! Oh! I mean, he saw a little bit. I guess, yeah, he didn't see him there. So the Requiem just blows him up completely. That is going to be level 25, nearing on level 26 with those 2 kills he's able to grab. Rubik's trying to hold them back. He's got to get back to the base, but might not have the chance to do so as the Ray Fire Blast is in. It's going to be another one. Another one here for the Shadow Fiend. As Dyer are pushing in, 33 minutes in, 15k lead. Things are looking... I mean, we've got to have a huge teamfight combo. He's got Chronosphere back in 10 seconds, but without his teammates, he can't really put together a defense. Zeus is holding back, not been able to spend up the money for the Aghanims, and now Void's in trouble. They're diving in. He's been ruptured. They've got the Chrono. Zeus is trying to help out, but the car's going to Maledict, slowing things down. Void will die. Maybe Zeus can clean up some kills, though, as Witch Doctor and Wraith King are deep. Wraith King has got Reincarnation to rely on. He'll be back for round 2, but 5 seconds, Rubik and Weaver are going to be back in the game. Ravage, nicely popped it, also catches the SF to the side. Backup has respawned. Zeus steps forward, but he's been caught by the Maledict. He can't afford to be hit by this SF. As he backs away, Weaver's going to try and get the wraparound, maybe get an angle here for the bugs. He's yet to throw them out, and just look to focus into the SF with the right clicks, and that'll do the job. Tide does die to the Death Requiem of the SF, but Weaver's picking up kills. They get the Wraith King the second time. It's just the Lion and the Witch Doctor left. A finger comes out, but it isn't enough to end the Weaver's life. As Weaver, he's still going to go for this. The Hex comes out. Lion's got stunned in a second, but he doesn't cast it in time. As Lion dies, Weaver somehow lives. Radiant will manage to defend the top racks. The racks are defended. Could have gone a lot worse there for the Radiant. A lot worse. Only losing the tier 3 off the back of 2 very rough fights. And they get the big kills. They kill the SF. This is going to do wonders for them in the catch-up that they need to achieve to get back to this team that's still 12k ahead of them. Yet to see the Void's plans after the MKB. Rubik's nearly got his Aghanims done. And for Dire, yeah, MKB. They love the MKBs here. MKB for the Bloodseeker. They're like, yeah, good. I mean, it's honestly, I think it's smart. One thing you got to remember, right? MKB, it's the procs are magical, so it is a very effective item against heroes that build armor, or let's scale it armor-wise. You know, having magical damage on your hit later, you know, outside of BKBs, is very nice for your damage numbers. So they like the MKBs. Resting time, though, for the Radiant. I think they've just got to prepare for the next hit that Dire try and throw their way. Not quite at a stage where they can get out and make plays themselves. Zymes continues to come out for the SF, despite being knocked down in the last play. He's nearly got his silver edge. And at that point, I think, yeah, poor old Tide might be gone in 2 swift hits. Maybe 3. Maybe he'll live 3. Either way, he is going to die very, very quickly. Oh, Rubik. Get rid of him. Toss him away. Hold him back and get out of there. He's thinking a bit of a poke from the side. Ah, look at that range. Good old Rubik. Those across-screen spells might be the demise of some of Dire's heroes. The high ground defense from Radiant is going to be very nice. Zeus has got the levels and he's got the items. Daggers has done, as well as the Ether Lens. Now, Rubik and Zeus, if they can survive, they will be able to hold the base very, very reliably. Oh, he's going for the Roche. He's going for the Roche, and I tell you what, he's pretty much got it. Still holding on to that Possessed Mask. I guess there's just not been anything else that he wants. It's a little surprising. That's some nice science, really. Akila's always going to feel good on an Adu hero, and Spider Legs or the Quiver. But he prefers, by the looks of it, the extra bit of life, whether it be for the lifesteal or the buff up of the Essence Ring active. Roshan's dead, though. Aegis is picked up. SF and Wraith King. 2 heroes now with 2 lives to play with. A little bit of an inefficiency here on the items, as AC is being gone for by the Wraith King. As we've seen, Bloodseeker's already got it. But, it happens. Obviously, both heroes fare very nicely with the item. Omnis Relic. Who did that? The Witch Doctor, right. Oh, yeah, baby. Here we go. Lovely item on the Witch Doctor. Maledict itself really wasn't as painful and annoying to deal with as it was now, even more so. Making his levels here. Once he gets level 20 for the next push. But that's the thing. The push from the Dire is not going to be easy to achieve. They kind of need SF to get like a pick-off outside of the base. Brute forcing it's not going to be easy. They're going to try. Ravage is going to come out. Holds back the support here from Wraith King. As Tide throws himself in, will allow them with the Thunder God's Wrath to kill off the SF the one time. So that's the Aegis gone void. Jumps in. Chrono's down. He's caught the 2 squishy. He's going to work his way through the Lion. Turns his attention over towards the Witch Doctor. He'll be able to take both of them down. But he does die for it. Oh, Rubik. Oh, that's nice. Comes in, stolen Requiem. Rubik's going to be able to keep this fight good and make sure that Void's death was not in vain. Gets him with the stolen Requiem. Radiant, they will be able to hold, and very confidently so as well. They take down 4 heroes, only losing the 2 themselves. Well played there, indeed. Well played from the Rubik. Great steal, great positioning, and slams down any attempt from the Dire for now, for the next minute at least, of trying to break the base and proceed the game to the next stage in their favor. They're holding. They are holding. And now, some good breathing room to get out on the map. Zeus has hit his level 25. Imagine he should, well, probably going to take the arc lightning damage. It's going to be very nice. Oh no, actually taking the AoE lightning bolt. I may have been mistaken, but I think we normally see the other one. But yeah, here we go. So AoE lightning bolt. Still going to be very deadly in the team fight, so I don't mind it. I think, you know, on paper it sounds pretty nice. I did take the other lightning bolt stuff, didn't he? Oh, we didn't actually. Didn't actually take the lightning bolt mini stun. So a little bit split on some of the talent decisions for him. BKB next for the Bloodseeker. Rubik. Put his eyes on the old Ether Lens. Not the Ether Lens, the Octarine. Whoa. Witch Doctor. Gotta respect the damage of this Weaver. It is past the point of the game where Witch Doctor can kind of just stand his ground and drop down the Death Orb Maledict to fight him. Weaver will tear him apart much quicker than he gets torn apart himself. Rubik was very deep. Not quite sure what was being attempted here by him on the other side of the map, but death was definitely felt like inevitable. Avoid. I went back for the Maelstrom. Keeping those right-click items up, but of course, no. Buying of a BKB, so any sort of disable and he will die. CSF on the hunt. That's the plan. They do see him, though. They're being very smart with sentries. We're seeing a lot of good sentry placement from the Radiant, so definitely a little more frustrating to play for this farmed SF than he may have hoped for. As Radiant are making sure they catch their eyes on him. Here we go in the mid. Lion. Gone. Another kill, and Void, he had the ultimate. Radiant could look for a big old team fight here. Dire, they've definitely slowed down. They got the Roshan, they tried for a high ground push. It didn't end well. There seems to be no intention to try and make another go. An interesting pickup. Oh, that was, yeah. Mask of Madness. Change of plan as well from the lad. He got the 2 Rings of Perseverance, and then instead of spending the money on the recipe, buys a Mask of Madness instead. For the refresher, of course. He doesn't buy the recipe for the refresher quite yet. Still wants a bit of lifesteal, and maybe he's eyeing up that damage talent that doesn't actually exist anymore, so ignore that I said that. I guess he just wants to right-click. And maybe, to be fair to him, maybe he also, in his mind, was thinking of the talent. You know what I mean? I see even chat's like, oh, no, okay, oh, so no, it's still the talent. No, so, okay, it's good. No, never mind. No, it's right. Because, of course, it's the attack speed that's very nice for the side. I was thinking, because I was looking for because he used to have a damage talent, right? I was like, okay, he's doing the damage talent. Well, this is effectively a better damage talent, indeed. The 50% chance of damage. I can't remember what the damage talent was. It was something ridiculous, right? You used to have like plus 100 or something damage. But of course, this is much more of an exciting talent. As cool as like the plus damage talents are at the high levels, it's much better to have something like that. It's a bit more exciting, a bit more interesting. What do we have here? Time for another chance of the base push. Oh, well, I'm interested to see if he still favours getting the refresher to complete. Maybe this is a complete debate. He's like, actually, Battle Fury and Lincoln's. I'm going full right-click carry. Let's go. He could do it. There could be a twist to the build here. You know, 2 Perseverance, just to make his team think that he's building kind of standard. And then he's like, oh, actually, this Mask of Madness is going to mean that I'm getting a Battle Fury and a Lincoln. We'll see. We'll see. He might be doing something big brain here on the tide. You never know. Really could be. Oh. Iron. Hey, drop a chrono. Why not? Why not? Why not? I don't mind it at all. Dire's already struggling to get a play together. You guarantee kill one of their heroes. then you know that they're going to struggle even more. Radiant's getting a good grip on the game despite being down on gold and levels. And you can really feel that. Like Dire, they've resumed sort of just farming, hitting creeps. They're not ready to go again, and I can only imagine they're waiting for the next round of Roshan. From Witch Doctor, jump forward, Ravage, straight away. Flip onto the two of them. And focus the Wraith King down, take him out very swiftly. Requiem off to the side. We'll push them back. The Death Ward, that's doing work. This time around, the combo is successful. Requiem into Death Ward. Oh! Oh, okay. A nice try. He tries for it again. This time, not quite as successful as the one that he did earlier on the defense. Gets the Requiem, wants to use it, but it isn't enough this time. He did what he wanted to do, though. Used the stolen ultimate. Unfortunately for him and for his team, it's not going to turn the fight around in this episode. Now Dire, they should have a good chance of pushing high ground. Creeps a little far back on the mid lane, but the bottom lane is coming in a lot sooner. 3 heroes dead on Radiant. Still, maybe they won't feel good to go until they've picked up Roshan. And it looks like they may be heading over to check that one out. It's going to be over potentially very soon, 15 seconds. Quite a while, and even when they're back up, they know that Ravage is going to be down for a further minute. Chronosphere will be there, though, on respawn for Void. Oh, SF. A little too close. But he's good, he's fine. Furious lines being drawn by the Lion. I think he really wants to try and push it to the next stage. I mean, they're going to see their kills, 46 to 28. They know the state of the game in terms of the buildings, the towers that have been taken. So I think they will feel that they can try and shove and go for the high ground. I don't think that's going to be easy, though. Void's up. Chronosphere will be there for the defense. Do you really want to try and push into this? And for the mistakes that Void's made, he's been very good at getting the Chrono off in the team fight. Wraith King going for the Death Zone. Loves to double up his teammates' items, this one. I mean, they are great items, to be fair to him, on the Wraith King. But, of course, Bloodseeker bought an AC. And Wraith King was like, ooh, that's a nice idea. I don't mind a bit of that. Of course, SF got his Desolator as like a second item. And Wraith King's like, ooh, that's a nice idea, that. I don't mind getting that as well. So, taking a little bit of a page out of his teammates' books. Ooh, Witch Doctor doesn't want the Void. He goes straight for the Ruby. He's like, that Void's scary. He's got a Chrono. I want to check. Okay, no, he doesn't want to go for anyone. Well, Void's got the Chrono down. Bloodseeker is dead, but that bouncing Death Ward and Finger leave no chance for the Void. Witch Doctor is letting it go. As they will both die for that. Stolen Death Ward. He's away with the Shadow Blade. He's out. Witch Doctor's going to be fine. Lion, not so much. Wraith King jumps in, but he won't have a lockdown onto these two. As Weaver's out with the Shikuchi. I mean, again, not bad for the Radiant. They're taking a 2-for-2 trade whilst they're as down as they are. They're okay with that. What is this courier doing? Zeus? What's he trying to buy? Oh, he's got a lot of money, actually, Zeus. Yeah, out of nowhere, really. The Aghanims and the Octarine both complete. So you're going to get the refresher? He is. And he's very close to having it. So this Zeus, they can press their buttons right. They're going to have huge amounts of damage coming out to start with. And this is against a team that, at this stage, only has a BKB on the Wraith King. Everyone else is going to be very, very vulnerable to the 2 rounds of combos that Zeus can lay down. With the good timings that he's had. And Zeus has picked it up. Remember at the start, we were looking at the lanes, right? Zeus kind of got the lane to himself. And he wasn't farming. He was not very farmed. But now at this point, he's up there with the big boys. Second highest on the team. Still a little bit behind that of the Bloodseeker and very much far behind the SF, but so is everyone really at this point. Time for Roche. Not a chance to be stood here against the right click of these. We've got Shard over. He's already got his Shard, right? So, yeah, Wraith King will certainly be the happy receiver of this. In particular because of that Diffusal Blade on Weaver, which has caught him off a couple of times in the team fights. Now he does not have to worry about that. I say that, never mind, he doesn't want to keep it. He's like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to make sure my mana's high enough. Bloodseeker, you can enjoy it instead. So, fair play from the Wraith King. I guess technically Wraith King was the offlane in this game. Bloodseeker was the carry. So, recognizing the positions and making sure that his position 1 has priority. Well, let's see if they feel confident enough to go for it again now. Oh, they do. All right, straight in here we go with the Arcane Blink, ready to start off the action. Tide, who'll get the Ravage off, though. SF not quite able to kill him. And now with the Chrono down, SF's been caught right up on the high ground. That's the first round. A little early on the second Ravage. The intention was there, but both ultimates from the Zeus and the Tide coming out a little too soon. The job, it's still getting done, though, as SF will die. Now Wraith King is up for round 2 with the BKB, but can he actually kill off this Void? He's coming in with the hits. He can. He can. The damage has been done. Wraith King will get the kills. 3 heroes dead on the Radiant. Only Rubik and Zeus left alive. Wraith King wants to try and get a melee Rax out of this. See if Rubik and Zeus can slow him down. Where's the rest of the team? What are these guys doing? They're just chilling in the trees, healing up. Leaving Wraith King to die, I think, because Rubik might actually be able to kill him. Look at the range of this Wraith Fire Blast. You can't run from that. As he's dead. Rubik takes him down from a mile off with the stolen stun. As base is defended, he's ready to go for more. Bloodseeker still stuck around. Witch Doctor bailed out, started to farm bottom. But the cores get left behind. Rubik cleans up both of them with the double. And he's spending up that money. He's got himself a pair of Greaves soon, if he wishes to do so. And he's ready to start leading the charge down the mid. Here we go. Zeus and Rubik ready to push away. Big timings. 80 seconds without the Bloodseeker. Still over a minute. No Wraith King. So, tier 2 surely at the least. I don't know if they'll actually be able to make it up to the high ground. That's going to be a little more difficult. Lion will be back up. Doctor is at his side. And they don't really push the hardest, these two of these heroes. Here we are. How much more do they think they can get from this? I think it's going to be a lot. Rubik's going to get a few pokes in on the tower. But I think that's probably going to be it. He'll back off now. 3 heroes up, doesn't want to deal with it, and it's a smart job that he did, because SF was wrapping around from the outpost with the Shadow Blade, the Silver Edge. Rubik would have been in a lot of danger. He's out and away. Greaves nearly done. Zeus's money continued to fly in after the refresher. He's got 4,400 gold. Getting to the point where, could be thinking about utility. Getting something like a Hex could be very nice with the money that he's got. He'll be able to find it at a good timing. Void's hit the 25. Actually opting for the Chronosphere AoE rather than the backstab. I don't mind it. Void maybe recognizing that he's not particularly farmed this game, so his sort of own life and existence as the hero is not really worth as much as it normally would be in proportion to the effectiveness and impact that a good Chronosphere could have. So choosing to prioritize catching the majority of the team, he knows that if he can do that, high chance that the rest of his teammates will be able to get the job done. So we've got to watch out for those big Chronos now from Chronosphere Boy. Weaver's nearly got his Gleipnir. A couple of recipes away from that. Extra setup. The team fight is great. Gleipnirs, Ravages, Chronospheres. A lot of AoE control. That for the Dire side, it's a much more single target affair. Oh, Wraith King. Gonna start the moves. Tide. Gonna step up to try and help out, but the Zeus is already gone. If they can hold off against this Wraith King, the Bloodbright is down. Whoa, Stolen Finger comes out to the side. Burst the Lion low. Chrono, it's going to catch the 2 of them. Lion dies. Bloodseeker also being caught. Ravage comes out, tickles the Wraith King up on the high ground, but it will proc the second life. So that's the reincarnation gone. Witch Doctor trying to hide, but the dust is out from the Rubik. He'll hide in the Voodoo Switcheroo for now, and it only buys him so much time as he still dies. Wraith King's trying to keep pushing on, goes for the Wraith Fire Blast onto the Weaver, but the time-lapse is available. He'll look towards the Rubik instead, but the slow is there. He can't stay on target. Radiant, they'll take out the 4 of them. They only end up losing the tie. Fantastic fight being pulled together. And now down the mid, Void's ready to go for objective. 4 heroes gone. He knows he's got himself a good chance to hit the base. SF is the one still alive, though. And SF can solo kill pretty easily.
Dire's middle tower
Actually,
is
Void...
under attack.
You know, I'm getting a little too ahead of myself there. Void, he is not. He knows that SF's still very much a danger. So he won't push on his own. What's the rest of the team's plan? Weaver's going to start working on the bottom lane. Zeus is, he's chilling. Rubik is coming down the mid. But they need to get together. Don't want to be caught alone by the Shadow Fiend. This could be spooky. This could be spooky. The fear. It's long enough. As SF's able to take him down. Rubik. Or can he do something? BKBs are the ready. BKB comes out. Rubik's going to try and run. But SF, he's got both of them. 2 kills in the bag for the Shadow Fiend. It was always going to be a danger trying to tackle this half of the map. Whilst the SF was alive, sure, he was on his own, but they have to respect how hard this man hits. As both heroes losing their own lives, the game goes on. And now a bit of a window for Dire. Full team's going to be back up in less than 10 seconds, whereas the Radiant, they're going to be licking their wounds for the next minute. Void and Rubik not going to be able to buy back in this one. See how hard they want to push it. I mean, he's getting to the point where SF doesn't really have that much more to farm for. He's already got the Aghanim's Blessing, the Shard, sure, a Moon Shard. Is always going to be there for him, but I think the rest of his slots he's going to be pretty happy with. Could get rid of the Treads. That's certainly an option. Actually going to sell his Desolator. Alright. I wouldn't have expected that necessarily. Okay, he wanted a slot for the Satanic. Alright, and out of the items that he has, he says the Desolator is going to go. I think it might feel a little bit the step down in damage that he deals. But maybe that extra survivability will just allow him to effectively do more in the fights with the longer that he can live.
Women and children and Kunka first. Money changes hands.
Top lane. Radiant's going to have to get back. They did kill Bloodseeker, but SF, he will fight without them. He doesn't need the Bloodseeker to take a team fight. Oh, here we go. Chrono and the Nimbus. That'll do it. All right. Good stuff again. Let's see the SF alone. Void locks him in the Chrono with the trust that they will do the damage to take him out. Oh, my goodness. He's out in time. Lion getting away. Wraithking's going to try for this. Going in with his BKB. There's a lot of heroes here. This is going to be a dead Wraith King. And a dead Wraith King both times, I think. There's no running away from these heroes as Radiant. They are not letting Dire get anything more out of this lead. They are closing that gap very, very well. Pushing on to the 57th minute, which should be... Oh. Well, that happens. Ravage. Okay, it's alright. Nobody saw anything. He presses refresher. He's got Ravage immediately ready if he does end up needing it. But anyway, over towards the Roshan. Here we go. They're going to try and run down mid. Creeps are going to push him very hard. Yeah, okay, Tide's going to be coming in to deal with it. Tide's going to be on the defensive. Radiant, they'll have Void. Popping the BKB here. A little scared of maybe some sort of interruption as Roshan falls low. I don't mind it. So, you know... There is overly defensive, but I'd rather you're overly defensive than under defensive. Let's see what they do with the items here. Aegis for him. Refresher Shard. Would be very nice on the Void, but maybe Rubik wants to be the one to make the plays with that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, no. He's giving us the Void. Oh, it's a big weight on the Void's shoulders now. See if he's going to be able to get us some good double Chronospheres in the team fights. We'll have to do a little bit of item management, but maybe that will come into play after the Aegis has been used. What's the move now? Zeus Nearly level 30. Went for the Lincoln Sphere and finished up the Yashikaya. Pretty beefy. Even if SF does manage to get on top of them. He's almost certainly going to be able to get all his spells out before he dies. I think he dies that quickly. Especially with the SF switching their build up for the Satanic rather than the Desolator. Easy farm here with that AoE lightning stun. I guess it would also be easy farm with the other talents, to be fairly. Plus 100 arc lightning. The mid they go. Wraith King can catch him. Void. Oh, Wraith King's going to jump in. Oh, Void. Oh, he walks into it. It's a great chrono. Locks off the escape, but the Wraith King will have the Requiem come through from the SF to save the Wraith King on his first life, and it will work. The Requiem pushes them back. They want to go again, Radiant. No Chronosphere. Rubik. Win with the jump, the dust. He's caught the SF. He's trading SF. Pops the BKB, though. SF's going to turn. Void beats down the Bloodseeker, but he will fall to the punches of the SF. As tied, Ravage comes out. Will catch the Wraith King, but the BKB was still there from the SF, so SF just continues to take him down. Void jumps to the high ground. SF's going to try and chase. Turns, one hit to finish off the Zeus. Mansa's out from the Void. He's sending in the illusions on towards the Wraith King and the SF, but they will die. He's still jumping forward, trying to take this fight. Refresher! Oh, he got the Refresher off! He got it off! He got it in, he gets it off, he gets the SF, he gets the Lion! I wasn't expecting him to do that, but he did it! Gets the Refresher and gets it off, and gets huge kills here for the team. He might even be able to take down the Wraith King 1v1. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Faceless Void. Oh, never mind. Won't be able to deal with that one, but all in all, still good stuff. Gets the Chrono off. He's buying back. They're feeling the... It's getting pretty heated. It's 60 minutes in. 60 minutes in. He wants to get those items. Let's get those neutrals. Want to stack it for extra efficiency? No, that's fine. A lot of stuff going on. No time to be thinking about that. Someone's going to want to hit the neutrals. Get these items. Refresher Orb, Witch Doctor. There we go. If you like to look at it go, you know, you're going to get the look at it go twice. Shame you can't do it at the same time. That would be pretty badass. You could dual wield Death Lords. Not going to be a case. Oh. Hickory Weaver. Wraith King's a little far away. Wraith King's going to pop the BKB. Wraith King's going to try and fight. Oh no, Wraith King's he's dead the once. Oh, Witch Doctor. What can Witch Doctor do to rectify this? The cast. It's coming out. Now jump over. Good target priority here from the Void. Goes for the Witch Doctor first. Knows that it's the easier kill. Slow down onto the Wraith King. They jump over. They're going to be able to bring him out as well. Radiant. Oh, they are doing it. They are doing it. Time to go down the mid. Let's go. Let's go. Down the mid we go. Wraith King's dead. Witch Doctor as well. No buybacks. Wraith King, oh, he's nearly got it. Needs a bounty rune or something picked up by the team, but I don't think there's really any on the map available. Bottom lane, Weaver's bringing in the creep wave. They might just be able to go high ground. They still have the cheese on the Rubik. Let's see what they can do. Lion. Oh, okay. Could use the Rubik as a bit of a bait. Bloodseeker is trying to chase. Tied at the side. Jump forward. Look for the Requiem. The Requiem comes out in time. Splits the team apart. Ends the life of the Rubik. Ravage. Just for the Lion. Back into the Shadow Blade. SF's away. Chrono's going to be dropped down onto the Bloodseeker. In fact, SF walks back into the Chrono. He stepped back into the Chrono. He's dead. As the Chrono AO Sphere. It's working out big time because it doesn't matter now anyway because he's level 30. Radiant's diving into the high ground. They kill off the Lion. They're up to the high ground. Tier 3s are gone. They're onto the racks. 3 buybacks coming out here from Dire. But they're not able to stop the melee racks going down. Radiant, they get the objective. Now, can they get out? What's going to be the move here? I think the range that Impale will be blocked by the Lincoln Sphere. We're going to see a TP out from Void. Nothing to put a stop to any time. He's away back to safety. He can deal with the creeps from the top lane. Get them off their own barracks. But Radiant, they got the mid racks. 63 minutes in. It's been a struggle. We're getting the items coming out. Book of Shadows. Bit of a whatever item. If we get anything else a little bit juicier. I don't think we've had too many tier 5s drop right now. Ex Machina for the Weaver. I mean, 20 armor against this SF Wraith King lineup is actually very, very good. But he's not choosing to equip it. Yeah, 20 armor is a lot to have added straight up at this time. Sure, the reset cooldown is fine, but... I mean, honestly, he has Gleipnir, actually, so a double round of Gleipnir is also very, very pleasant for him. But seems like he just has he likes holding the items, doesn't really want to use those. Void. There we go. That's a good one, though. Pirate hat ready to use. Well, I say ready to use. I'd say the odds are pretty good that he doesn't ever actually use it in terms of the active element. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. We've had a few games where... I mean, it's easy to miss, really. It's very easy to miss. It doesn't look active-y, so you don't think to try and do active things with it. And in fact, he's not going to hold on to it at all. Opting for the Force Boots instead, which I don't mind, especially if he sells his shreds and buys like a bigger late-game item. Got a point booster as well. Was trying to buy the Aghanims, or... Could be trying to buy the Ags, could be trying to buy the Skadi. He's got money for both. Our Pirate Hat's gone elsewhere. No one else is going to take that, I don't think. Dude, maybe the Tide. Dude, he's got the leveler. I mean, he's got... You want 50 attack speed. What do you want? What's it, 150, right? You want 150 attack speed. Oh, man, if he wants to go for this right... Oh, no! He didn't take the talent. Never mind. We thought he was going to go for some sort of right-click fun with a Mask of Madness, but he still took the Ravage stun. He didn't take the 50% chance of Anchor Smash and attack. I guess he's playing for level 30. He's playing for level 30. He gets level 30, then he'll be happy with the attack speed that he's got. Because then he'll be smashing all over the place. Oh, Book of the Dead. Very apt here. Sticking with the lore. This is the lore item for Wraith King here. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, he's going to have the skeletons. He's going to have the Book of the Dead. Don't let this man and his army get anywhere near your buildings. They have got to be very wary of that, especially if they go for plays out on the base and die are able to wrap around and get in for a bit of a wrap play. Ooh. There we go. Oh, we caught the lion as well. No, lion blinked in. Lion blinked in. Never mind, lion. He didn't catch the lion. Lion blinked in. Oh, Ravage is out. Oh, nice time lock walk there. He's away from the Wraith King. Wraith King is trying to finish. The Book of the Dead is out. The Book of the Dead is going to kill him. The Book of the Dead will do it. That's Void dead. Tide as well. Weaver's on the run. Tide and Void do not have buyback. They've got to, the rest of the team, they've got to bail. They've got to bail, and that's Rubik can do something big. He's got the lift up, but SF's in on top of him. Going to force himself to the side. Does still have the cheese, but they're in with the bash. Rubik's gone as well. Oh, boy. There's... no buy. It's up to the Weaver and the Zeus. Weaver and the Zeus. Void does not have buyback. And neither does Tide. SF's dying, though. SF is dying. SF is dead. SF dead. Okay, maybe Radiant's going to be okay. Maybe he's actually going to be okay. Because SF tried to hit the buildings. I guess massively underestimated just how much damage he was taking from the Zeus. And he died. Never mind. The game will go on. There was a buyback for who bought back? Wraith King. Wraith King bought back. And he's still pushing. He's got to be careful. He just bought back. Get out of here, sir. This is not a time to be pushing. Not a time to be playing around with your life if you just bought back. Alright, the game goes on. Radiant will get to live another day. DD Rune still sits there undisturbed. Fallen Sky here. Not quite sure what words are being uttered here, but I'll assume that they're family-friendly and very nice. I'm guessing it's something about the game being 1v5. I don't know why he's really complaining. He just died in a very obvious fashion. But then again, it is always the players that die in that fashion that are the quickest to reach onto the all chat and blame the team. Anyway. Ooh. Hello, Wraith King. He's gotta get out of here. Yeah, he bought back. Can't afford feeding his life away. Weaver's gonna do a good job of trying to take it from him, though. As Weaver's in. 2 rounds of the ult there. Zeus pops the refresher. That's going to be a dead Wraith King for 2 minutes. Nimbus perfectly predicting there the escape of this Witch Doctor, as they'll get him as well. 2 heroes down, and one of them, the big one, down for 2 minutes. It's falling apart for Dire. It's falling apart. Time to go down mid. Roshan's at the ready if they want the refresher shard in the Aghanims. Would be nice. But I guess with the time that they've got, they're just going to go for it. They're just going to go for the base. I don't think Shadow Fiend's too happy. Would be my guess from what's being said. Oh, BKB. It's early. That's early. Little early on the BKB. Oh, boy. Keep pushing them. Keep pushing. He's getting Book of Shadowed. Getting Book of Shadowed here by the Bloodseeker. Requiem from the side. Rupture as well. Oh, the Rupture. Oh, the Rupture and the Requiem. It's so much damage. They're over the Hex. Void, he's in trouble. The Finger, he's dead. They've lost the Void. They've lost the Tide. Oh, back to the drawing board here for Radiant as Dire defend the base. Radiant's going to have to hold off on that and look to reset. Roshan is indeed up, but not a target that Zeus and Rubik will be able to do much about. Weaver, he's got a lot of money. He's still got a lot of items. He's not really made his mind up with the neutrals, and I don't think he made his... Okay, he's got Moon Shard. He is fully stacked. I mean, he'll be telling the boys that he's 10 slotted. Oh, SF. The Requiem. Can he kill this Zeus? Can he kill him? Little jump. Lift up. Oh, Nimbus is down. Zeus is still alive. And Weaver's in on top of the SF. SF's going to try and turn, but he's already used the Satanic. BKB is on cooldown. SF dies on the high ground. Bloodseeker's going to look to dive. We'll be able to get in and kill off the Rubik. He's trying to go for the Weaver now instead, but the Nimbus holds him back momentarily. He's Lion taking hits in the Nimbus. He's still standing in the Nimbus. He's trying to run, but he's under the Nimbus. Lion, he's dead. Bloodseeker's now under these Nimbuses. They're hurting them hard. That's the push put to a stop. Weaver and Zeus, they pretty much hold it. Just the two of them. So much lightning and thunderclouds. And Dire, they're just not ready to take it. Weaver. Oh, does he want to play around with this? I mean, he could. He could, but he's scared. Was on his own there, the Wraith King. 70 minutes. 70 minutes in now. Money pouring out of every possible orifice for this man. 12,000 gold, and this is he's bought straight up leveled up boots. I think he's a rich man on the Zeus. I mean, he's been surviving through so many of these things, just sitting out and getting to throw out all of his spells. Oh, boy. We go. Where are they going to go to next? Weaver. Hey, the bugs. I feel like we haven't seen many bugs this game. There we go. Little round of the bugs there. And this is space. Void. Oh, BKB. Hey, bro. Okay, BKB's out for the Wraith King, and he's not getting anything with it. Weaver's just kiting him perfectly. Tide's up to the base with Chronosphere. He wants the Witch Doctor dead. He'll get it. See what more they can find here. Blink up to the base. Wraith King's fine. There'll be a buyback from the Witch Doctor. They're going to keep trying this push, though. Oh, jump forward with the Requiem. Void is looking pretty dead here. The cast comes in. Time Walk is out with a Maledict upon him. Oh, they're trying to save it. Can he block that? If he can block this with the backtrack. He blocked it again, I think. And he's live. I think he's fine. I think he blocked like 2 instances of the burst there from the Maledict with a 20% backtrack. I don't know. He lives. He gets out. Great Ravage from the Tide, keeping his retreat safe as well. Now they're ready to go back in. They're ready to go back in. Zeusok comes out. Lion's dead. They've caught the two of them. They're going to be able to get the Witch Doctor as well. It's Wraith King and Lion gone. Witch Doctor also to die. And they don't have buybacks. They don't have buybacks. It is time to push it. Radiant, it's time for them to go, go, go. 72 minutes in. They are 31,000 gold up. It's Bloodseeker. SF. What can they do to defend? SF at the moment, he's pushing out bottom, but Weaver's got their eyes on him. For now, he's away with the Silver Edge, but they're losing the base. The tier 4s are going down. SF's got to get back to defend. As Radiant, they're closing it up. They're closing it up. All right, well, Zeus is going for the tier 3. BKBs. They've had enough. They're looking for the end here. And then maybe looking for some kills as well. Wait, actually, hang on. Void's dead. Actually, what? Wait, what? No, Ty's dead. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Zeus, he might also be dead. No, he's fine. Okay, it's not over yet. Weaver's going for the bottom round. should get them. No. Ooh, didn't quite finish them off. I'll fight the SF instead. Okay, the bomb racks don't even die themselves. All right, the game's not over. Game ain't over. They weren't able to do it. I thought they might be able to do it. XD's being dropped. 1v1 here. I don't know who wins it. I guess, yeah, the SF does. Weaver doesn't want to try and fight with the second round after the time lapse. The game still goes on. They couldn't close it yet, Radiant, but they did get very, very close to it. They were onto the Ancient. There's not enough power to put the game to an end in that instant. What's the plan now? SF's got a lot of money. Thinking about getting some more lockdown. What's an Abyssal Blade? What's he going to say bye to for it? The Treads. Appreciate that. Treads can go at this stage. Roshan is up, of course, still. Aghanim's and Refresher. Actually, they all have Aghanims. Oh, no, Weaver doesn't. Weaver could do with an Aghanim's. And Wraith King doesn't have an Aghanims. So actually, the two Aghanims that would save people's lives here. Wraith King's Ag, giving them that ability to fight from the dead. And Weaver, of course, could bail out his teammates with some good time lapses. Might also confuse himself, though. It gets a bit tricky, you know. Sometimes you get to double tap and you're pressing time lapse, you're not time lapsing. But it looks like the Ags, it should fall into the hands of the Dire. As into the pit they go. Will be Wraith. He's the one that needs the Ags. Nobody else needs the Aghanims. Get the Book of the Dead out the way. Somebody get that rake in the Ags. Take it. Oh. Oh! Not back here. Lion's chilling. Wait, who took everything? What's going on? They've got the... Get that... Yeah. The Wraith King doesn't want the Ags? I mean, I feel like if you were his teammate, you're like, dude, take the Ags. I want to live. I don't want to die. But, no. Doesn't want it. Doesn't want it. So I guess that Ags is just going to go to waste. Everything else... Where did that end up? Do we have a Refresher Shard? Where's the Refresher Shard? Alright, someone just straight up wasted the Refresher Shard, I'm going to guess. As that has disappeared. And yeah, just Aegis on the SFGs on... Oh, here we go. The Aghanims has gone, so where did he put it? We gave it to the... Yeah, but he gave it to the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker's already got an Ags. Bloodseeker's even already eaten his Ags. Well, then it's even less worthless. More worthless for him. What's he going to do with it? Yeah, I mean, he's putting it in his inventory. I don't know if he some sort of second level of Aghanims upgrades that he's ready to activate. Maybe he's read the patch notes before we have. He doesn't... This is just a waste of an item slot. It's literally doing nothing for the lad. Yeah, you go. Give it to the rating. Here we go. Here we go. They're good. We're good. We're good. They've worked it out. Wraith King's been given it. Hopefully he swallows it. Not yet, though. He's just keeping us on the edge. Keeping us on the edge. They're pinging him. I think they're like, dude, use the Ag. Use the Ags. Come on. I mean, he's going to have to clear... He wants to buy stuff here, but he's very, very full. I mean, he's got to... Let's not have another shopping incident. Okay, he's bought the heart. It's fine. He's bought the heart. He's coming back. Bit by bit, he's doing it. But yeah, the base is getting pushed. That's ready in position for the side. Actually got a Bloodthorn. What did you get rid of for that? He... Oh, no, okay. Satanic's just taken out the side. But he got the Bloodthorn. They're losing the base. They're losing the base here. I want to do something. I mean, Weaver's going to finish up this melee rack's bottom by the looks of it. SF's going to jump in with the Requiem. Start off the defense. Tide is dying here at the side with the Ravage. Oh, good chrono. Good chrono. Who's he want to go for first? Gonna go for the Bloodseeker the first time round. Thunder God's Wrath's out as well. Bloodseeker does die. Void's getting low. The Hex is in. Void dies. SF will fall to the Nimbus, but he's got that Aegis. He's going to be back for round 2. They'll pop the Wraith King the once, but the Death Void is killing off the Weaver. Weaver's gone. It's only Zeus and Rubik left alive. Zeus is trying to run and heal up with the Bloodstone. Rubik turns to force him back to safety, but they're in with a blink. They kill off the Zeus. As Radiant... Yeah, Rubik's just got to run. A further buyback. Zeus, he's bought back as well as I believe Weaver, right? Two of them bought back here. Witch Doctor and the SF are dealing with the base. They didn't lose the melee racks, though. The melee racks top are still alive. Big line's being drawn up top. Weaver's already out looking to see if they can get a kill. Zeus, what do they got to offer? They don't have any global abilities right now. Everything's on cooldown, so it's not really like Weaver can go for this. Maybe with the Rubik, though. Rubik coming in with a big blink. Rupture's going to be blocked. He's out with the E-Blade. Gleipnir. Bloodseeker is being kited. He's going to try and stand toe-to-toe with the Weaver, but the time lapse is at the ready. As Weaver will be able to take out the Bloodseeker. Wraith King's trying to go for the Rubik, but Rubik is pretty tanky with the items that he has. As Wraith King won't be able to stay on target for now. He'll throw out another stun, but it's going to get reflected straight back there. The mirror shield, Rubik's got it. As Rubik is fine. And they're set up. Zeus has come in. They should be having an effort at taking him down a second time round. The Lightning coming in with the Gleipnir, locking him underneath the Nimbus. He's out. Jump board, Requiem from SF. He's going for the Rubik. Weaver very, very barely surviving. Zeus just hopping around in front of the SF, feeling no fear at all. Void and Tide will be back up in a couple of seconds, and SF knows. So he's backing away. But taking the Bloodseeker and the Wraith King out of the game definitely limits what Dire can do off the back of defending the top lane as well as they did. So we're back in. How's the Axe looking on the Wraith King? Indeed, he hasn't used it. Still holding it in his back. Needs to get that over towards him. He did, I think he at least moved it around. Or maybe indeed it's always just sat in that slot. No, I think he moved it when he was buying the heart. But he's not done it yet. We've been buying themselves the Axe. Nice. Okay. With that in mind, everybody's going to have their Axe done.
I'll take that.
Roshamp, a little early on the time here. Still quite a bit to go until we see Roche back in action. Oh, unfortunate. A little bit of a moment too long there to let the chrono out. And there's an easy blink for the Lion. Wait, Aghanim's blessed. Yeah, he is. Wait, he's also holding an axe from the Roche that he doesn't need. Weaver's just bought himself one. Oh, no. He doesn't need this. He's already swallowed an axe. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, well. Oh, well. Anyway. Oh. Okay, SF. Quick Requiem to begin things. Ravage comes out, but the BKB's there from SF, so the kill's an easy one. That's the Tide gone. Oh, they find Weaver in the trees. Oh, that is a ballsy TP, but hey, it's only gone and worked. Wraith King starts slapping him. He's just like, I'm going to TP out. He's fine. He's away. See if we can get back in and finish off this final Rax. Not going to be too tempting to go for... Oh, Wraith King's jumping out of the base. He's trying to fight. Could be coming to an end, and he makes sure that he's a fair distance away before the magic immunity finishes. Weaver, calm yourself, sir. Rupture. Ripping him apart. Here we go. SF going for the Void. Void's on the run. The Bloodseeker's chasing the Bash. Oh, he needs help. He needs it. He needed the Weaver. Weaver's axe. He could have maybe saved him. But Weaver's going to have to save this. Oh, the Lincoln Sphere. He's fine. Rubik, on the other hand, he's not. He is not fine. As that is... I mean, 3 dead on Radiant. Time to put 82 minutes in. Now it's time to push. How's the Ag status for the Wraith? Oh, where did it go? Where did it go?
Is under attack.
What did he do with it? Did he gave it to... Oh, he gave it to the Bloodseeker. He was like, dude, this ain't working. You'd have this. Oh, no. He's giving it... He's giving it to the Bloodseeker instead. But the Bloodseeker... No one... He's the only one that needs it. Oh, the Ag's Blessing's definitely confusing him a little bit. As I said, it's confused the Void because he's holding it and he doesn't need it. He's already bought one and eaten it. This is doing nothing for him. And Wraith King's like, dude, it's not working. And he's giving it back over to the Bloodseeker. Which, of course, is not doing anything for him either, as he's already got his. Maybe he just really hates his teammates. He's like, you know what, guys? I don't care if you all die. I don't want you to hold on to this wretched life. I just want you dead. So he just doesn't want to keep his teammates alive. So went in with a jump. Double ravage at the ready in 10 seconds. Oh, Wraith King's going in. Going in. Oh, Tide's dying. He's walking in, but he just walks into his death. He's not able to get anything off in time. Was walking in a little too soon before he had his first ravage ready to go. And now they're under the base. They'll have Void up in a few seconds. As that is a tier 4's gone. Here's the jump. There's the chrono, though. There's the chrono to keep the game alive. Shadow Fiend dead. Bloodseeker dead. Void, he's holding on for the boys here. The chrono will do it. The base will be defended. Dire's push put to an end. Triple kill for the Void. Let's go. Down the mid. Here we have it. Buyback coming out. Shadow Fiend's got his. Wraith King has got one as well. What have we got here? Illusion Rune. Why not? Take it. Send it down the mid lane. Maybe see if they can get those mega creeps. There's just one rat left standing. Has been for quite some time. Weaver still happy with his neutral situation. Has yet to fix it up. We go. I mean, Wraith King's got to heavily consider if they want to buy back. The line is fully stacked here. Aghanim's Octarine.
Dire's top barracks.
They haven't got fortification. They've done it. Mega creeps. They've got the megas. They've not got the type, but they've got everything else. Chronosphere still down for a minute. Oh, he jumps in, but he gets bashed. They lift him up as well, putting a stop to the combo. They back off. He pops the BKB. They don't want to mess with him, or maybe they do. BKB pop from the Void. He tries to get straight back in on the action. See if he can take down the Witch Doctor. It's the Voodoo Switcheroo, bit of safety. Witch Doctor tries to hide, but Stolen Requiem's out. Caught under the Nimbus. Witch Doctor dies. Out for 100. Under the Ray Fire Blast. Void focusing over towards the Lion. Let's see what more he can do. He's running a little low on the mana. Bursting through them. They're still trying their best to defend here, Dire. Void. He'll go for the SF. He's been caught by the finger. The E-Blade combo. Void, he gets burst. They burst through the faces Void. SS ready to jump for the next one. He's on towards the Rubik. Rubik tries to hide with the Shadow Amulet. Do they see him? They do. They do. Don't? They do. They don't. They don't. But there's a Requiem. Oh, he's out with the blink. Oh, he was ready for that one. He was ready for that one. He's out with the blink. He's out with the TP. This man's a liver. And he'll survive. Zeus having a bit of a poke at the Wraith King. Probably don't want to try and go with the two of them. Despite the temptation that they might have, as they do have the double ravage. Off he goes. Right. Time to reset again for the Radiant, I think. Without the Void or the Weaver, they don't want to be forced into anything. They're in a quite comfortable position now. Everything has been destroyed in the Diamond. Ancient is exposed. It's good stuff all round for Radiant. They've got to chill out, set up with the base defense. Bush is coming. Oh, Zeus! What do you do? Oh, my goodness. My heart going out for the Zeus there. Just jumping into the fight. He's fine. Silver Edge away. What can do for the defense? So close to their backup. Weaver has to buy back. He's feeling the pressure. He's going to try and end it. He's starting to hit the Ancient. Weaver bought back for this. He's dead. That's a die back for the Weaver. Void, buy back. You need to buy back, Void. No, what the? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's just over. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah, poor lad. Bye bye. Oh, no. Oh, well. Well, there you go. What a game. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Quite the back and forth one there. A rocky road, but definitely one that's maybe going to be living in the nightmares of the Void. You know, he'll be remembering the game and wondering If only he brought back. What a game, though. Aghanims, moon shards, all across the place in that one. And, yeah, Dyer was able to take it at the end of the day. SF was a little suspicious, but honestly, I don't know. He played well, but I don't know if he was a smurf. I'll leave that up to you guys at home. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the cast. I've been ODPixel. If you've enjoyed the content, be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for more Herald Dota 2.